The only reason I was nodding out is I have a heart monitor on. My heartbeat is only beating 40 beats per minute.
Carrie Atcher versus Joshua Steffy.
Morning, Your Honor. Amanda Zukala appearing on behalf of Joshua Steffy, who is also present via Zoom.
We're here on a review hearing to review pairing time. Ms. Zukala, from your perspective, how are things going?
Your Honor, when we were at court last time, Ms. Etcher indicated to me that she was currently on parole, that she was also attending services at Hiawatha Behavioral Health as well as with Great Lakes Recovery Centers. I have not received anything from her parole agent. I did give her, when we were at court, I did give her my contact information so she could pass it along to her parole agent and have her contact me. I haven't received anything from her at this time, so I'm not aware of how her parole has been going. I would indicate to the court that I did receive minimal information from Hiawatha Behavioral Health as well as Great Lake Recovery Centers, with Hiawatha Behavioral Health being dated May 30th and Great Lakes Recovery Centers being dated July 9th. My intention was to follow up with those individuals and try and get more complete records or more information about what she's undergoing there. But in the meantime, I did receive or reach out to and receive documentation from the kids' two counselors. They are attending counseling with Allison Nehart, who is out of Kalkaska. She's doing counseling with the kids, and then they're also re-participating in the equine therapy with Free Range Farm. And I did fax those to the court yesterday. I'm not sure if the court's in receipt of those letters, but based upon the recommendations of the kids, both counselors, it sounds like they are both recommending that the kids need some more time in therapy to process everything that's happened before we transition to any in-person parenting time. Additionally, my client has expressed some concerns to me about the telephone calls that have been taking place. He indicated that on one occasion, fairly recently, this was July 15th, that he notified me, Miss Etcher was nodding out while talking to the children. She blamed it on not being able to sleep. So I do still have concerns, but frankly, even without his statement, I'm simply relying upon the recommendations of the counselors who are indicating at this time that they don't feel that it's appropriate to transition this quickly to in-person parenting time. So for that reason, I would request that the court continue its previous order. Children continue to attend counseling, and I will continue to check in with the counselors. And if need be, and the court wishes to have them testify at an upcoming hearing, I can certainly arrange that as well.
All right. And do you still wish to obtain the information from the probation officer?
I do.
All right, Ms. Etcher, what would you like to say?
The only reason I was nodding out is I have a heart monitor on. My heartbeat is only beating 40 beats per minute. I've been having plenty of tests run to figure out what is going on.
Okay. And then how about providing the information from the probation officer to counsel?
I gave it to my parole officer, just like I gave it to both of my counselors. She does have it.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I missed what you said at first. So can you repeat that?
I said I did give it to my parole agent. I gave her her fax number, her email number, and her name.
Okay.
So I don't know why she's not responding, but I did give up the information, just like Amanda had asked me to, just like I did with my counselors.
All right, well then please follow up on that because it has not been provided. So the request is that we continue as is and come back for another review. What is your position on that?
I feel like it doesn't matter what I say, that Josh is just going to get what he wants. I want to see my kids. My kids want to see me. I don't understand why it being supervised is a problem.
All right, well, so we got two options. We can, like I said, either come back in 60 days and see where things are at, or we can just get this matter on the court's hearing docket and have an evidentiary hearing. Which would you prefer, ma'am? Ms. Etcher? All right, you look like you're frozen. All right, Ms. Etcher, can you hear me now? Ms. Etcher? Connection seems okay. Ms. Etcher, can you hear the court? All right, Ms. Etcher, you're back in, but you're muted. Can you unmute? All right, can you hear me okay, ma'am?
Yes, now I can.
All right, lost you for a bit. I was explaining that we have a couple options. We could adjourn this matter and come back in 60 days to see how things have been going, or I can set the matter for an evidentiary hearing and both sides can present their arguments as to what an appropriate order should be. What would you like to do, ma'am?
I guess we can do the 60 days.
All right, Ms. Zukala, any issue with that?
No issue with that, Your Honor. I do have one additional request when the court's ready for it.
Okay, go ahead.
At the last hearing, when we were before Your Honor, we had scheduled telephonic/video calls for 2 days a week, with those calls being on Wednesday at 6 p.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. I had spoken with Ms. Etcher in the hallway and notified her that coming this fall, the kids would be re-beginning a church program that they've gone to for the last 3 years, and wanted to inquire of her, told her I would inquire of her at this hearing if we could switch the Wednesday call to a different day of the week so that the kids can still participate in that program.
Okay. And what day are you suggesting?
It can be any other day, Monday through Friday, aside from just the Wednesday, if she can do a different night. All
right, Ms. Etcher, any issue with doing a different night instead of Wednesday?
No, that's fine. I'm good on Thursday night.
Thursday? Okay,
right.
That's perfect. Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, Ms. Etcher.
Okay, so what we're gonna do then is adjourn the matter for a status conference in about 60 days. The phone calls will continue to happen. You'll now be on Thursday at 6 and Sunday at 1 p.m. And Ms. Etcher needs to make sure she gets the paperwork from the probation agent to Ms. Zukala. And man, that'll be in the court's order. So if you have trouble with your probation agent providing it, you can always take that copy and let probation agent know it is court ordered that gets done. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anything else?
That was it, Your Honor. Thank you.
No.
All right. Thank you both for appearing, and parties are free to sign up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I found out that it was my daughter Sophia's room that he rented out to this couple that is also trying to conceive a child.
So Mr. McCarthy, this is your motion. Is that correct?
No,
No, this would be my motion, Your Honor.
Sorry.
This would be my motion, Your Honor.
Okay. And what are you requesting of the court, ma'am?
I requested temporary custody of our minor daughter, Sophia McCarthy, due to the fact that on May 12th, the defendant had a DUI accident and injected himself out the back of his truck. He broke his back and a couple ribs. The problem is that upon my leaving the hospital on the 16th of May, the agreement that I was aware of is that he was going to be returning home following his rehab therapy, and his neighbor and retired RN friend next door was going to help him with this therapy. And his best friend, Jeremy Golden, that has a degree in physical therapy, were going to be the ones that helped him. He subsequently ended up taking off. Aside from what I have in my order, I would like to mention that before he returned home on midnight of June 7th, the morning of June 8th, on the 2nd of June, he had a fellow co-worker of ours, Haley Thomas, a 24-year-old female, and her fiance move into his home. I found out almost a month and a half later, on July 12th, that it was my daughter Sophia's room that he rented out to this couple that is also trying to conceive a child. So
Okay,
Sophia,
all we're doing at this point is just getting a general idea of where we're at and not getting into all of the testimony. So
okay. My
you
point
filed
was
it-
just that
you
she
filed-
no longer has a room at his home.
all right, ma'am, hold on. Take a breath. All right, so you filed an ex parte motion, is that correct?
Correct,
That was granted, is that correct?
correct,
And that suspended his custody and parenting time, is that correct?
correct.
And is that still in place?
Yes,
Okay. And Mr. McCarthy, have you filed anything to rescind that ex parte motion?
I filed an objection, Your Honor. I tried to rescind, but I was notified by the court that I had to have a $100 filing fee, which I could not provide at the time that I filed it. So I had an objection filed.
All right, so he's filed an objection, so that would make sense then that we have to address the premise of the ex parte order and then see where we go moving forward. What county do you live in, ma'am?
We both reside in Ontonagon County, in Ontonagon up in the U.
Okay, so if this court conducts any evidentiary hearings, which would be the next step we would take, that would be a in-person hearing. Obviously, the two of you have this issue that is out there right now. The court can transfer the matter to your home county, given the distance.
That would
How
be
long have-
appreciated.
How long have you been in Ontonagon, ma'am?
We've been up here about 3.5 years.
And how about you, Mr. McCarthy?
Same. We moved together.
Okay. What is your position, sir, on letting Ontonagon handle these matters?
I don't have any issue with that. I think it's appropriate for both Ms. Theobald, myself, and our daughter.
Do you want the court to have a hearing on this matter first and then address the transfer, or transfer now and then you can argue your matter up there?
We could
I would like,
transfer-
I would like for us to address the issue today regarding the temporary order due to what was
Wow.
alleged.
I can't address it today. I'd have to take testimony and let everybody make their arguments. Today's just a status hearing.
Okay.
Next hearing date I would have for you would be August 28th. That would, again, as indicated, that'd be an in-person hearing. The parties would need to be here to make their arguments in person that day. So
Well,
I can hold that.
it would be best if it were moved up here then, if that was the case.
Okay. Ma'am, do you agree with that?
Yes, because my vehicle would not make the trip to Gaylord.
Okay. So based on the statements of the parties, as well as the fact that the child has resided in Ontonagon now for more than 6 months, it's actually been a few years. And obviously that county is not a neighboring county of Otsego County. The court will prepare the transfer then to them, and the parties can have the matter addressed in their home county. Any questions?
Yes, I'd like to, as far as the temporary order, will that remain in place then until the hearing?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you both for appearing. You will get a copy of the court's order. Thank you.